Right, so graphing inequality, I divided into two big sections. One is linear. Okay, linear. Linear means straight lines. Okay, and then the next page we have quadratic. So parabola. One is linear inequality, the other one is quadratic inequality. And then after we cover both, next week we can combine both of them. Okay, and then under each of the inequality, we have also two parts. One is the one variable, the other one is the two variable. One variable means you only see x, okay, and two variable is only the y. No, well, both has both x and y. So same with quadratic, right? You have one variable and two variable. Two variable is over here. So that's the two main parts, okay? Quadratic, linear. And then after we learn that, we combine together, we call that a system of inequality. So more than one. So let's start with something easy, okay? One variable. So inequality means you have these symbols, right? We have this one, the first one, right? We have this one, or with a line at the bottom, right? And then this one, okay? These four different signs, those are called inequality symbols. How do we say each one? Now, Chris, how do we say number one? Chris?
Which one?
First one.
I can't hear you well.
What's the first one called? Can you hear me? Chris, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, so what's the first one called?
Greater than,
Yeah, greater than, and then,
less than,
greater
than or equal to,
yeah, and then,
less than or equal to.
yeah, very good. Okay, so if you guys are confused about those four symbols, you can write it down. Usually we read from left to right. That's why those are the way to say them. Okay, so for example, like you have 4 and 3, we read from left to right. So 4 is greater than 3. But if you read from right to left, then we'll say 3 is less than 4. Okay, it means the same thing. It depends on where to read it from. But because we always read it from left to right, that's why the name. And remember, the bigger one is always, the opening of the sign is always open to the bigger one. Okay. Now, before we start solving, there's one more thing about flipping the inequality. For example, if I have, let's say 4x, negative 4x greater or equal to 12, right? And then I think you probably learned that we need to flip the inequality sign when we divide both sides by negative, right? So it becomes x less than or equal to negative 3. Have you heard of this rule? Can you raise your hand if you heard of this rule? Flipping the sign when you divide by a negative. Only 4 people? 5? 5 people heard of this rule. The rest of you didn't? Okay. Now, for flipping, right? So Elaine, do you remember why we need to flip?
Because since you're making it negative,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be like a lot smaller or a lot bigger because it would flip the sign.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'll show you with an example, right? So for example, if there's no x, let's say if it's just 4 and 12. And let's say we have -4, right? So for sure right now, which side is bigger? Chris, which side is bigger?
12.
12 will be bigger, right? So we'll put 12, right? The -4 is less than 12. Now if I divide both sides by a negative number, let's say we divide by -4, divide by -4 on both sides, then the left side becomes 1, but then the right side becomes -3, right? Used to be negative, become positive, used to be positive, become negative. So whatever that was bigger, it actually becomes smaller. Okay, used to be smaller, it becomes bigger. So you need to flip. Okay, so remember, you need to flip the inequality sign if you divide or multiply by negative on both sides. Okay, so you can write this down over here, right? Y flip inequality sign. Okay, so this is just a review, right? Some of you have learned it before. If not, okay, then this is something you need to know. Now, if you understand this, we can start solving one variable. Okay, solving one variable is just the same way we solve for equation. Okay, inequality and equation are the same way, just adding in the rule of flipping. So right now we just pretend like we are solving for equation, solving for x. We'll expand all the brackets. So we're first multiplying the -2. Okay, so we get -2x minus 6 minus 4. Okay, now the right side. So less than, how do I simplify the right side now? Jenny, can you expand the right side for us?
Would it be 2x minus 10 plus 3?
Yeah, very good. Okay, and then we'll start by moving everything everything to the left side. Not everything, all the x to the left side and all the numbers to the right side. Right, so I'll let you do that. Okay, we'll group all the x to the left, all the y, all the numbers to the right side. Okay, so Harry, can you tell me what you have now? Okay, Harry, have you got everything isolated?
Not yet.
Okay.
Give me.
Move all the x to the left, numbers to the right.
X and then low, less than 3.
Okay, so everything simplified?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Angela, how about you? Do you have the same?
Yes.
Okay, x less than 3. All right, so if x is less than 3, this one we don't need to do any flipping, right? There's no dividing negative. So now we just need to graph, right? Here is solving, right? Solve is this part. We solve for answer, and then we want to show the answer by graphing. So you'll need to do this thing as well for homework. When you show it on the graph, make sure you show a couple numbers, not just the number 3. Okay, a couple number around the 3. So we can put 3 here and put 2. Okay, 1, 0, 4, 5. Okay, show several number around the number you want to draw. Less than 3 means it does not include 3, right? So it could be 2, 1, 0, right? 2.9 is also less than 3. So to show that it's less than 3, we use an empty circle. Right? If it's solid circle, then that's also equal to 3, right? So we want to show that's less than 3, not including 3. So we dig a hole at 3, and everything to the left side. To the left side means smaller than. Okay, so that's the graphing solution. Okay, this one is for solving. All right, so I'll let you try question at the bottom. Okay, you have 2 of them at the bottom. When you finish question A, you can raise your hand. We'll check that one first. And please pay attention that question A, it has an equal sign, right? Less or equal. Please raise your hand if you finish the graph as well. And for the homework, because you need to show the graph, right? So I'll be also, well, for number line, you can just draw your own number line, it's fine. For the later on, when we learn the 2 variable, I will be providing your graphing paper if you don't have one, so you can download and print. Okay, Evan, what's your final answer?
I got C is more than 10.
More than 10?
Yeah.
Okay. No equal sign?
Oh no, more or equal to. So more or
More
equal
equal
to.
to 10. Okay. Anyone else got different ones?
I got 2 is less than or equal to C.
2 is less than or equal to C. So if because usually we like to have variable on the left side, so we can flip over C greater or equal to 2. Anyone else?
I got C is greater than or equal to 2 as well.
Okay, so second answer. Okay, let's check the simplifying, okay? Ivy, how are you doing? Are you guys done? Still have,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
the
Okay. Raise your hand, okay, if you finish question 8. Okay, Ivy, can you tell us what you did to expand the steps?
I wrote 6 minus 3c less or equal to 2c minus 4.
Yeah, very good. Okay, and then now we can start move everything, the variable to one side. Okay, we like to keep variable on the left. Okay, so if I move that to the left, Evan, can you tell me what it looks like after you move the variable to the left?
It'll be 6 minus 3c minus 2.
Minus 2c, right?
Oh yeah, 2c.
Okay, and what else need to move to the right? Evan, still you.
Oh, sorry. The 6. So it'll be -4 minus 6.
Yeah. Okay, now let's simplify the expression. Negative 3c minus 2c. Jiawen, what do you have?
Negative 5c.
Yeah, negative 5c. That's an equal to, this is negative 10. So to isolate for c, we need to divide both sides by what, Angela?
-5.
Yeah, okay, because you're dividing by a negative number, so we need to flip the inequality, okay? So negative 5 canceled out, negative 10 divided by negative 5 is 2, but then this need to flip, okay? So it should be this one, okay? So it will become c greater or equal to 2, okay? This answer is not wrong, okay? It's still okay. If you put this down on the homework, I'll still mark it right. But we prefer to have the letter on the left side because we usually read from left to right. Okay? So be careful when you combine the like terms. All right, let's do one more. Question B. Question B has, we need to complete the graph, okay? C greater or equal to 2, so 0, 1, 2, 3. It has an equal sign, so we need to use a solid dot. Okay, which way should we point the arrow? Harry? Where should we draw the arrow to?
On the right.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so bigger or equal to 2. Okay, question B has fraction. What's the plan? Waylon, what do you plan to do if you have fraction there? Do you like fractions?
Not really.
Not really, me neither. Okay, so what's your plan then?
I'm not sure.
Can anyone else help out? I don't think anyone likes fraction a lot.
Multiply everything by 4.
Yeah, okay, so you multiply by common denominator. So that way it can cancel out all the denominator, right? Common denominator for 2 and 4 is 4. So left side times it by 4. Still keep the inequality. Right side also times it by 4. Okay, so whenever you see a fraction, just try to get rid of denominator as soon as you can. Because you multiply by 4, it's a positive number, you don't need to flip, okay? So now you can reduce, right? 2 can cancel with the 4, so makes it 2 there. 4 and 4 will cancel each other out, so no more, right? So you will be left with 2 on the outside. 1 on the outside, you don't need to write it, right? So 2x plus 1. So after that, I think you can complete the rest. Okay, I'll let you finish the solving and graphing. Okay, raise your hand when you finish. Actually, wait for the graphing. Just do the solving. We'll do the graphing together. I'll show you how to graph this one. Only 3 people finished. Anyone else? Expand the bracket and isolate for x. Okay, Evan, can you tell me what to do after this step?
You just move the 2 from the right side over, and then move the 4 over too.
Okay, so what do I put?
Negative 2x minus 2x is less or equal
Equal.
I mean more than or equal to 1 minus 4.
Okay, very good. And then after this, Chris?
Equal to negative 4x greater than equal to negative 3.
Okay, very good. And Colin, after this?
I divided by -4.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be x is less than or greater, is less than or equal to 3/4.
Yeah, okay, so this one also need to flip, right? You divide it by a negative sign, it becomes less than. Okay, Brandon, Jenny, Joe, and Marcus, any questions? So this one has a fraction answer. So when we graph, when you are showing graph for your homework, if you get something with a fraction, because 3/4 is really tiny, right? If you do it like this, 0 and 1, 3/4 will be very hard to show. So what you do is you look at the denominator. Denominator is 4. So you will have 4 blinks, right? 4 steps as 1. Okay, so like this, 1, 2, 1. Okay, let me draw it out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 4 boxes, you call that 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. -1 will be here. So that means each box will be 1/4. Okay? So this is 1/4, 2/4, right? 3/4. So this way is easier, right? Clear where the point is. We have to draw the line now, okay, so Jenny, what kind of dot do we put?
It should be a filled in one.
Yep, filled in, okay, so filled in as 3/4, and we should be pointing to which side, Marcus?
When you point to the left.
Point to the left, very good, okay, we want less than. Okay, so this is what to do if you see an answer that has fraction, right? If you get something like 8 over, let's say 8/3, then you can change it to 2 2/3, right? Then between 2 and 3, you will need to have 3 blanks, right? 3 steps, because denominator is a 3. So every 3 steps, you have a 1, okay? So this way is very clear exactly where you put the point. Right, so if you don't have any questions, we'll have a break, and I'll see you guys at 2:50, okay? 2:50. Let's take a break now.